Hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. When last we left off, we took down the mighty flying whale Bismarck, and promptly had the key we were looking for from him stolen by the Archbishop and some yahoo named Igorim. And along with that, we finally saw what As's Law was, but there is a giant barrier that would probably cause us to explode like a gnat in a fly zapper. So yeah, we're going to have to fix that. Let's get going. An engineering enterprise. Alphino appears relieved to be standing on solid ground once more. Assuming Sid is correct, and I have no reason to think he is not, the Vanu's key is required to pass through the barrier protecting Azazla. But even without it, we must find a way to reach the Isle. I shall have everyone convene at the seat of the Lord Commander, that we might discuss how best to proceed. As before, make yourself known to the guardsman when you arrive, and he will show you in. Welcome back, my friend, and pray forgive me my earlier display. I grieve for my son still, and shall continue to do so, but I have resolved to be strong. It is what he would have wished. Though we know little and less of Azazla, one thing is plain. The Archbishop and the Garlands cannot be allowed to avail themselves of its secrets. I swear, wherever there's an elegant ruin, there's a trouble just waiting to happen. I suppose that's why they erected damnably convoluted defenses around everything. If the Empire has an interest in Azazla, we have all the more reason to hurry. I would not see its secrets fall into the hands of either the Archbishop or the Emperor.
In summary, the Isle owes its lofty position to the industry of the Allagans, and we can be all but certain that the Archbishop and his cronies are enjoying the view from its top.
I see.
If we are to join them, we will first need to pass through the Isle's etheric barrier, which is, alas, more powerful than most. Powerful enough to make a mess of a perfectly good airship at any rate. As far as I can gather, the barrier mechanism draws ether from the surrounding environment and polarizes its elemental aspect to produce what is, in effect, a wall of lightning.
It seems plain that without the Vanu's key, any attempt to reach the Isle will end in failure.
Alas, the key was careless enough to leave without us, and I don't think the Vanu keep a spare.
Master Garland, based on your experience, is there no other way that we might breach the barrier?
Well, in the past, we've beaten similar barriers by nullifying them with elemental converters. But the one we're up against this time dwarfs aught we've encountered before. The Enterprise simply isn't large enough to bear the requisite amount of crystals.
I'm reminded of the quantity needed to nullify Leviathan's command of the sea. A veritable mountain of crystals that could only be borne by lashing two galleons together to form a twin vessel, scarcely able to propel itself, much less fly.
That said, we're not without options. If it isn't feasible to nullify the barrier, we might try piercing it.
How?
We create a ram of condensed ether and mount it on my ship. There's just one problem. I don't have the faintest idea how to build one. It's going to take a true authority in the field, I reckon.
Would that the Archons were still with us.
But yesterday evening, I chanced to find Mistress Tataru in unusually high spirits. Assuming I understood her excited ramblings correctly, she has acquired a clue, pointing to the whereabouts of one such individual.
An Archon? Truly?
Ha! Fortune favors the righteous, eh? Well then, let's not waste any time. While you go and look for our missing friend, I'll work on modifying the Enterprise. Her hull will need reinforcing to bear the punishment, not to mention a mount for the ram. Just you wait, my pretty. By the time I'm finished, you'll be an airship reborn.
Welcome back, Marks. How goes the mission? Did you catch up with the Archbishop and his cronies? If only. So you finally arrived at Az's Law, only to find your way barred by some sort of barrier. Typical. But it's not all bad news. I've made progress in the search for our friends. Don't worry, Marks. We'll get to Az's Law yet. Ethereal Trail. Tartaru is eager to share her progress in the search for the missing scions. When you fled the Victory Feast, you used the ancient watercourse beneath the city, right? Well, shortly after things went back to normal in Ul'dah, I asked Marshal Taropin to have the tunnels searched. A logical place to look. If it was there that you lost contact with Minfilia, Thancred, and Y'shtola, was it not? Dare I ask what the Marshal found? I don't actually know. Pippin's message just said that there had been a discovery, and that we were to come to the Hall of Flames at our earliest convenience. I dare not think what it might be. We shall depart at once. Tartaru, let Urianger know to join us in Ul'dah. He will wish to be present as well. Yes, sir. As thou art returned to us, wherefore might our comrades not be the same? Never shall I concede them lost till I have seen proof of their passing. We are grateful for your assistance, Marshal Taropin. You saved Her Grace and Father both. 'Tis the least I can do to repay you. Forgive me my impatience, Marshal, but your missive mentioned the discovery? Yes, of course. As per your request, I had my men scour the waterways. Almost immediately we encountered a difficulty. An entire section of the tunnel had collapsed. With the mineral concerns and cooperation, however, we were able to remove the rubble, which yielded the battered bodies of a dozen crystal braves. Go on. Be at ease, Master Alphino. Your friends were not among the deceased. That alone is cause for hope. And then there is this. Y'shtola's wand. I had assumed as much. If I may, Marshal. Alright, I keep forgetting those weird goggles are actually, like, you could see the ether trails or what have you. They look stupid. 'Tis as I did surmise. Judging by the etheric imprint that lingereth yet upon this wand, it hath assuredly been employed in the casting of a most uncommon magic. Namely, the very first that man did conceive to traverse great distances, and the ancient precursor to all methods of travel that utilize the lifestream, flow. The spell entaileth the reduction of the corporeal form into its constituent ether, that the caster might enter the lifestream and ride its currents thereby. Unlike the teleportation magics of modern times, it requireth not a lengthy incantation. That Y'shtola chose to employ such a spell bespeaketh the need for haste. All of which would suggest she managed to escape. Would that it was so simple. Know that the scholars of Sharlayan forbade the use of this spell, and with good reason. The caster hath but a limited control over his course. For every mage who came safe unto his destination, another would be set adrift in the lifestream, never to emerge. What? No, you can't mean. Be not downcast, my friends, for there is yet hope. 'Tis like that Y'shtola's path has left traces in the lifestream. Could we but follow these put to a point where the magic was invoked, we may yet find her. To the Sildee excavation site, then. Thanks for your aid, Marshal. Do not mention it. I shall pray for Lady Y'shtola's safe return. Evidence of Yshtola's passage will have been made faint by time, but mayhap some few scant traces yet remain to guide our steps. The cliff face, I knew it! Never trust a cliff. The trail leadeth to the north and east, unto the bosom of the Twelveswood. You can tell that from this distance? Are you certain? Aye, there is no mistake. Thither has Y'shtola journeyed. And yet the Gridanians have reported no sightings. We must take this to mean she is still adrift. If it be so, I do fear for our friend. Contrary to its name, the life stream is more akin to a raging torrent. Linger over long in the midst of this maelstrom, and the ether that formeth one's soul shall surely be scattered, ne'er to be reformed. We have no time to waste. Oriange, pray explore all possible options for reversing the effects of this forbidden magic. Marx, Tartaro, we three shall press on to Gridania and petition the Elder Seedseer's aid. It is said that the elementals perceive the life stream. If, as we suspect, Y'shtola is still adrift in its midst, they may be able to find her. But if we are to appeal to them for assistance, we must needs do so through their chosen, the Bajal. It is imperative, therefore, that we speak with Kane Senna without delay. Lost in the life stream, Alphino is eager to petition the Elder Seedseer's aid in rescuing Y'shtola. I have already requested an audience with the Elder Seedseer. She will receive us in the Lotus Stand presently, but we need but speak with the conjurer yonder to be admitted. Be welcome, my friends, and speak freely. I gather your suit will admit no delay. It will not, my lady. Pray forgive the abrupt nature of our request, but it is a matter of life and death. I see. As you say, we must needs act swiftly if we are to free Y'shtola from the ungentle pull of the life stream. And as you have surmised, we cannot do this unaided. However,
in requesting the Elemental's assistance to find Y'shtola, you must needs be aware of one difficulty. A difficulty born of the fundamental difference between man and elemental.
That being?
In perceiving the world around him, man relies upon senses such as sight and sound. For the sake of convenience, he gives names to such things as are near or dear to him. Being formed of pure ether, however, Such concepts are foreign to the elementals. Instead, they perceive by observing the ebb and flow of the energies of life. So profound a division cannot be bridged with simple discourse. The elementals' voices stir not the air, and thus reach not our ears, while our words are but wind to them. Though we seers can commune with them through feelings, naught that we can impart will serve to aid them in identifying Y'shtola. Nay, they must needs be presented with ether which is akin to hers. If you could but find a family member.
Oh! I know just the person! Y'shtola has a sister who came to live in Gridania. She told me about her once.
Oh, that is most fortunate indeed. Pray, seek this sister out then, and bring her to Evershade. There, we shall petition the Great One's aid in finding your lost companion.
If memory serves, Y'shtola's sister's name is Mymitra. Oh, you know her, do you? Well, that ought to make things easier. Anyway, she spends most of her time around Apakulu Falls. From what I recall. Let's go look for her there. I'm probably mispronouncing her name. I've always called her Ymitra. Greetings, Marx. What brings you here today? I see that you have companions. Lady Ymitra, it is an honor to meet you. My name is Alphino Leveilleur, and this is Tataru Taro. We need help finding Y'shtola. So you are my sister's comrades in the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. When I heard that your people were being pursued, desperately sought to reach Y'shtola, but all mine efforts were to no avail, and now I know why. The forbidden spell of all things, that she should be so reckless. Well, what is done is done. I thank you for bringing word to me. Needless to say, I should be glad to help. Though we were born of different mothers, our veins course with the same father's blood. I hope that this will be enough for the elementals. Come, let us make for Evershade once.
Let us begin. Raya O, Arun, if you would. Hearken to me, O great ones. Pray give yourselves to the life stream, a drifting soul to find.
Please, Y'shtola. Please come back to us.
There. Now! A room has been readied at the roost. Pray, bear her thither at once. All that remains is to pray, my friends.
Oh, Y'shtola. I need to clear my throat there. Just seeing her face again is... Oh, I've been so worried. Tataru's surprise. Tartar needs you to fetch a few items for a crafting endeavor. Y'shtola is resting within an inn room. Though she's still unconscious, the signs are positive. The Conjurers say she is in sound health and should awaken before long. Isn't that wonderful? Now, while we wait for Y'shtola to wake up, I thought I'd take the opportunity to finish up my little surprise for her. It's something I've been working on for a while now, in the hope that she'd one day return to us. It wants for just a couple more items before it's ready. I've already placed orders for these items. Could I ask you to retrieve them for me? One is with the Leather Workers Guild, and the other is with the Conjurers Guild. Speak with Mistress Geva and Brother Esumiyan, and they ought to take care of you. Ah, you're back. You have the items, I hope? A leather bag containing an item prepared by the Leather Workers Guild as per Tartar's request, and a cloth bag with very much the same. Oh, it's precisely as I requested. A perfect match for the other pieces. Truly, Geva is a master among masters. And the staff completes the surprise. Thank you so much, Marks. Oh, I can't wait to see what Y'shtola thinks of the surprise. Lest you wonder, she's doing very well, and the Conjurers have left her in her sister's care. Let's go pay them a visit, shall we?
Y'shtola! I'm so glad you're back!
Tataru. You are safe. Thank the 12. Something has changed about you, Alphino. Or mayhap the change is with me. I seem to sense the ether around me more keenly than before.
I am pleased to see you well again. Do you feel strong enough to talk?
Worry not. I am well enough.
Tell us then, what befell you after you fled the feast? We were told that there had been a tunnel collapse.
That was my doing. I brought the tunnel down that you and Minfidia might escape. At the last moment, I invoked a teleportation magic, in hopes of spiriting Thancred away at least. Needless to say, it did not go quite as planned, and I found myself adrift in the life stream. The others? Where are they? Did they not escape?
They remain unaccounted for. You were the only one we have been able to find. I am truly sorry. It was the Crystal Braves who pursued you that day. My hubris that led to our undoing.
No apologies are necessary, Alphino. You are not to blame for what occurred. Know that were our comrades here, they would commend you for keeping the light of hope alive.
Don't worry. The others are alive and well, I'm sure of it. We just need to find them.
Indeed, Tataru. Let us find our friends and rebuild the Scions.
Ha! There is the Alphino I remember. And I feel much the better for his return. 'Tis time I arose.
That reminds me. I have a change of clothes for you. I don't like to boast, but I made them myself. I learned how to weave while we're in Ishgard, you see.
Tataru has apprised me of all that took place in the aftermath of the assassination plot. It would seem I have been away for some while.
Yes, much and more happened during your absence. At present, we seek to follow the Archbishop to Azisla.
And you want for some manner of etheric ram to pierce the floating isle's protective barrier?
We do. Might you be able to furnish us with one?
A means to prise open a hole in an Allagan barrier. And one large enough to admit an airship, no less. Nay, I lack the knowledge to devise such a weapon. But I know of one who could. A leading figure in the field of etheric research, and one of the finest scholars ever to grace Sharlayan. Matoya, my former master.
Hang on. Okay, took the game a hot minute to load there. Onward to Sharlayan. Y'shtola wishes to tell you more about her former master, Matoya. In my youth, I had the honor of studying under Matoya, in the field of etheric research. She was without rival. I have no doubt that her knowledge will be of aid to our cause. The question is, will she share it with us? My master has ever been willful. The gods forbid anyone who disagrees with her. When the Guardian Empire first marched upon Eorzea some 15 years ago, the denizens of Sharlayan were summoned back to the motherland. However, Matoya refused to join the Exodus. To this day, she lives a hermit's life on the fringes of the abandoned city. So it is to the Ravanian hinterlands that we must go, to the place of my birth. Though Alizea and I were born in Sharlayan, our days there were short. We remained only until the Exodus, and I have not returned since. Oh, so it is to be a homecoming then. As fine a reason as any to go to Sharlayan, and it would afford us the opportunity to pay my master a visit. I believe you have mistaken our primary objective, Y'shtola. At any rate, the journey will take us through largely unknown territory. Let us first return to Ishgard and make our preparations. Sharlayan is situated in the Ravanian hinterlands. To get there, we must strike west and traverse the breadth of the Ravanian forelands. Make no mistake, it will be a grueling journey. The party shall be comprised of Mark, Y'shtola, and myself. Tartaru, pray remain in Ishgard and continue the search for our missing friends. Yes, sir. First, let us make for Tailfeather. A long soak in the life stream followed by a long journey. I would not recommend it to anyone. But rest assured, my strength is returning to me. I shall be back to my former self ere long. A great new nation. Y'shtola is ready to press on westward to the Ravanian hinterlands. I believe I am sufficiently rested. Let us continue west to Sharlayan. Once we descend the mountain path, we will arrive at the Ravanian hinterlands. From there, it is but a short distance to the city. Be warned that we shall be passing through Nath territory. We must needs be wary of them and the dragons both. Into the Ravanian hinterlands.
To the Thaliak River, where to the melted snows of Abelathia's spine eventually find their way by means of 1,000 silver streams. Whose waters have long nourished the Dravanian hinterlands, and so provided for a settlement of learned souls from across the northern seas. To the city of Sharlayan, that great seat of knowledge now abandoned by her keepers, they came.
This music has always creeped me out. Matoya dwells on the far side of the Thaliak River. Let us search for a crossing. Knowledge seeks no man. So says the motto of Sharlayan engraved upon the yonder stone. The meaning is simple. It falls to us to seek enlightenment. During the 6th Astral Era, at the turn of the 13th century, men from the northern nation of Sharlayan journeyed across the seas to Eorzea in search of knowledge. Upon arriving at these shores, they established a camp for their scholarly endeavors. Over time, this camp grew into a settlement, and the settlement prospered, and so much so that it came to be counted among Eorzea's great city-states. Alas, those glory days are now but a fading memory. With her keepers lost to her, Sharlayan has become an empty husk of her former self. Shh! Uplander is mistaken! Sharlayan has new keepers, is on the cusp of a new age of glory! Goblins, here to plunder the city. Uplander is mistaken muchly! We are not thieves. This place is our home. Your home? When last I looked, it was mine and Alphino's. We were born here. Shh! When Uplanders abandoned the city, Uplanders gave up claim. Born here or no, Uplanders are trespassers. My friends, please, we did not come to dispute your claim to this land. Our purpose here is peaceful. We desire but to cross the river. Be calm, I beg of you. Let us speak like the civilized folk that we are. Surely we can come to a mutual understanding. If that is truth, then Uplanders are welcome here. Come with Slowfix. Slowfix will show Uplanders settlement. Here is heart of settlement, name of Idleshire. I hope that's how it's been pronounced. I've always pronounced it Idleshire. What have we got here, guests? Greetings to you. I am Alphino Leveilleur, and may I introduce my companions, Marx Kilray and Y'shtola. We have journeyed far in search of a friend, and seek to cross the river. But finding the main bridge collapsed, you weren't looking for the detour, and ended up stumbling into Slowfix and his crew. Is that right? That is the short of it, aye. This place, Idleshire. I came expecting a ghost town. To suffice to say, I am surprised to find it so alive. Well, with all them precious artifacts laying about, it was only a matter of time before treasure hunters like me moved in. But we weren't the first to arrive, neither. By then, Slowfix and his Gobby friends had already settled. At first, Gobbies and hunters disliked each other, but understanding came, then friendship. Now Gobbies and hunters have joined hands to build a great new nation. So this is what happened after we Sharlayans departed. Oh, so you're locals. No hard feelings, I hope. All these nice buildings and no one to live in them felt like a waste, you know? We've been trying to put the place to rights, and things have been going well for the most part, but it ain't all smooth sailing. Not to sound ungrateful, but the traps your people left lying about are a bloody nuisance. And then there's the Illuminati harrying us day and night. Slowfix has a bright idea. Uplanders desire mutual understanding, yes? Best way to understanding is helping one another. Help citizens of Idleshire, and Uplanders can be citizens too. Citizens are free to cross river. Well, I am not aware of a quicker way to reach our destination. Let us assist Slowfix and his people. Don't mind my hair blowing through my gunblade. Yep, there's again. Golems be gone. Slowfix wants you to eliminate the golems that prowl Idleshire. So Uplanders agree to help? Good! Here's what Slowfix wants Uplanders to do. Many golems prowl Idleshire, get in the way of expansion plans. Slowfix wants Uplanders to eliminate golems. Uplanders are Sharlayan, yes? Sharlayan should know best way to deal with creatures. So we had to eliminate the golems. That should be simple enough. That should be a simple enough affair. The automata here were employed as sentinels, and by design can be made with a coded command. By the time of the accidents, it was noughts and crosses, and I see no reason why it should not still work. Let us divide the task between the three of us. The quicker to be finished with it. Golems are no more? Wonderful! Now we can resume work to expand settlement. An Illuminati incident. Slowfix has the look of a goblin who is about to ask a favor. Uplanders helped Gobbyflock, and the right to be citizens of Idleshire, but Slowfix must ask another favor. Another favor, you say? Short time ago, dear friend of Slowfix ventured into Illuminati territory. Illuminati are nasty goblins, show no mercy even towards Gobbykin. Slowfix fears for friend's life. Please find friend before Illuminati do. I am suddenly taken by a sense of foreboding. Be that as it may, we cannot return a blind eye. Let us make haste and find Slowfix's friend. Howdy there, brave flocks. Goodly Uplander! Long time no eye catch! What is bringing Uplander here? Does Uplander have nasty eyes for junk of Brayflocks? Uplander must not be touching junk of Brayflocks. Brayflocks is finding junk first! I knew I recognized that voice. Greetings, Brayflocks. It has been a while. Forgive us for interrupting your work, but Captain Weisecat gave me to understand that you are marked by the Illuminati. This happens to be Illuminati-held territory. Is it wise to be here? Brayflocks eat Illuminati for synapses! Shush! Who eat who for synapses? Brayflocks all talks. Unwise you are to come here after dirty taking secret knowings of cheese makings from Illuminati. Brayflocks did no unright. Cheese recipe for is Gabby birthright. Save Tumflaps for trading in deathbeat. Pray to Godfathers, our punishment is near times. It appears we have no choice. Brayflock show we do Illuminati gobby trick or two. to death pit with you! Whatever this is about, Brayflox needs our help. Tremble before might of Illuminati! Whence came all of these bombs? Spill bladder not over... Oof, I cannot read that fast. Hang on, I got him. There we go. Yeesh. More lent fists? Oh wait, no, I have my Gnashing Fang come now. Ah! Have more of them at this rate. This rate what? Of nearly having them dead. Now seems as good as time as any. I shall invoke a spell. Oh, pray keep the enemy at bay. I may have done that a little too quickly. Illuminati no match for furious gobfists of Brayflox. More junk is awaiting Brayflox muchly. Brayflox is taking leave of Uplanders.
Ha!
Being embroiled in a cheese war was the last thing I expected coming to Sharlayan. At any rate, we have fulfilled Slowfix's request. Let us return with the good tidings and be on our way. Uplanders are back! Did Uplanders find friend of Slowfix? Time has not cured recklessness of Brayflox. Without help from Uplanders, Brayflox would now be dead gobby. Slowfix owes Uplanders debt of gratitude. Slowfix and Brayflox are joined by inseverable gobby bond. If Slowfix had known the Uplanders are friends of Brayflox, Slowfix would have welcomed Uplanders to Gobbyflock at first meeting. I can barely read as is. I cannot handle gobby talk. Leaving Idleshire, a grateful Slowfix is ready to grant you your heart's desire. Uplanders have upheld bargain most highly. As promised, Slowfix makes Uplanders honored citizens of Idleshire, free to cross river at will. Though Uplanders must leave for now, Slowfix hopes that the Uplanders will pay many visits and help build great new nation. You are most kind, my friend. You may be certain that we will return. I must confess, at first it upset me to learn that my home had been occupied by others. But I see now that it is in good hands. Under your care, I look forward to seeing Sharlayan thrive once more, to become a home to people of all races and creeds. Slowfix has already ordered the Gobwatch to let Uplanders through. Safe travels! Alphino, Marks, shall we then? By order of Chief Slowfix, Uplanders can come and go at will. One moment for clearing away barricade. Finally, we can continue our journey. Good Lord! there goes your discretionary budget. Barring any misadventure, we shall soon arrive at the cave where Matoya resides. Unless you have unfinished business in Idleshire, let us strike out at once. I am ready whenever you are. Let us go and meet the legendary Matoya. Ahead lies the answering quarter, where the scholars of Sharlayan gathered to hone their knowledge. Even from this distance, 'tis plain that much of it has been given back to the wilderness. Matoya's Cave. Y'shtola is ready to lead you to Matoya's Cave. The cave in which Matoya resides is situated on the southern edge of the hinterlands. In choosing the spot, my master desired privacy above all else. As such, the cave is extremely well hidden. You will not find it unless you know where to look for it. We shall follow the road south until we reach a bridge. Rather than cross it, however, we shall ford the stream it spans. Thence, head straight until we arrive at the base of a bluff. This is the entrance. You seem unconvinced, Marks. Well, that'll only add to the surprise. A word of warning before we proceed. Stubborn geniuses make poor hosts, and time will have done naught to improve my master's temperament. Doubt not that there will be sentinels and traps both to deter unwanted guests. But we shall not be deterred, will we? Go on and touch the wall yonder. You will want to have your weapon near at hand. Sure, send me as the guinea pig. Be gone! None shall pass! Just dead. I couldn't even get the animation out. Those sentinels may suffice to discourage the average trespasser, but not the warrior of light. The way should be clear now. Come, let us go and see my master.
Don't you know it's rude to enter without knocking? The youth of today. No manners at all.
Though we neglected to knock, we did create something of a commotion. I had hoped that would suffice.
Heavy-handed as ever, I see. And still not a hint of grace. Some things never change.
To give credit where credit is due, I learned from the best. It has been too long, Master Matoya.
Indeed it has. Oh, it's good to see you again, my girl. And with your fiery spirit unquenched. But look at you, all grown up and womanly. The one there in the fancy duds, that's Louis Soir's granddaughter, I take it?
Grandson, begging your pardons. You knew my grandfather, my lady.
Knew him? Ha! We were constantly at each other's throats. Like rabid dogs we were. Oh, he was a stubborn bugger, was your grandfather. Never a dull moment when he was around, though, I'll give him that. As for you, boy, I've known you since you were a rosy-cheeked babe at the teat.
And my sister too, I gather. May I say what an honor it is to meet you again, my lady?
Spare me the hollow pleasantries, boy. I'll wager my remaining good teeth you didn't come to a forgotten corner of Eorzea to flirt with a wrinkly old woman. Now out with it. What is it you need of me? Azizla. I never thought I'd hear that name again.
You are familiar with it?
As familiar as one can get from poring over musty old tomes. The Alagons set the Isle afloat not long before the sun set on their empire. Old Louis Soir and I often talked about it. The place is home to a research facility dedicated to finding ways of mastering mighty beings, such as primals and dragons. And find ways it did too, frightening ones. Such secrets as lie buried on Azizla aren't fit to see the light of day. And now you tell me a band of dragon-baiting primal botherers are trying to dig them up?
Indeed. And to make matters worse, the Ascians have a hand in their plot. They must be stopped, no matter the cost.
I see. Very well.
You will help us then? Truly? I had not anticipated such an impassioned response. Could it be that the presence of young blood has stirred your own?
Ah, some things never change. One day that pertness is going to cost you your tail, my girl. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Forbidden knowledge. Matoye is in the mood to reminisce.
"'Twas some 50 years ago, shortly after Garlemald had brought all of Ilsabard under its rule. Faced with the threat of invasion, the people of Sharlayan scrambled about for a means to resist the Empire. For my part, I was tasked with developing an etheric converger.
Ah, yes. A device which draws in ether and concentrates it to produce a destructive force.
But as my research neared its end, it was denounced by the Forum, who claimed that my device was more likely to destroy us than our enemies. After that, they and I had a little falling out, and I decided to seal away all the fruits of my research, lest the dunder-headed ingrates reap any benefit. Ha! Petty, I know, but gods, it was satisfying.
Do mine ears deceive? 'Twas you, was it not, who was so fond of saying that all knowledge exists to advance mankind? That how it is used depends on us.
I don't remember. Perhaps. All right, yes. It was a pet phrase of mine. And that should give you a notion of how sick and tired I was of those spineless wretches of the Forum. All talk and no trousers, that lot. That's why I decided to remain behind, rather than join the Exodus.
You may have had your disagreements with my grandfather, but upon that point, your minds were as one.
With respect, Master, the fruits of your research should not be left to spoil. Will you share with us the secrets of the etheric converger?
Aye, I will. All the information you need is contained in a tome I wrote on the subject. But you'll have to fetch it from the forbidden section of the Great Library.
Ah, you were not exaggerating when you said that you had sealed it away. Though the city is abandoned, the library's guardians are all but certain to remain. We must needs cut a path through them. Come, let us away.
Not so fast, you lot. Stoller and the boy are staying with me. I need help to make new sentinels to replace the old ones you walloped. There'll be board and lodging, don't you worry. But know that you'll have to work for them. Hard. I'll have no sluggards in my house.
Oh, the great library guardians shouldn't pose any difficulty for a hero like you. You'll hardly notice Stola's absence, and the girl, boy, whatever, would only get in your way. But if it turns out you aren't up to the task, well, then I'll know you can't be trusted with something as dangerous as an etheric ram. Now, the library's entrance is locked tight. I'll loan you one of my servants to open it. The broom, yonder. Well, what are you waiting for? Introduce yourself, boy. Greetings, good sir. I am Broomsy, my lady's servant for some 50 years. May I say what an honor it is to serve you? I'm given to understand that you wish to enter the great Google Library. Find it, pray, head east upon leaving this cave. The building will come into view shortly after you've reached the collapsed bridge. I shall go on ahead and await you at the entrance. When your preparations are in order, pray come and meet me there. It will be my pleasure to unlock the door for you. You stand before the great Google Library, one of Heideling's foremost repositories of knowledge. Alas, it has fallen into disuse since the Exodus some summer since. In all those years, its halls have welcomed not the coming of a single soul, its floors not felt the loving brush of a broom. Mine apologies, sir. Pray pay no mind to the dreams of a humble broom. You are doubtless eager to venture within and retrieve my lady's tome. I shall unlock the door at once. When you have what you seek, pray return to the cave and report to my lady. Okay, here we go. I need to remember I now have the Gnashing Fang combo back. I hate this theme. And I just hit the wrong button. Really ink long dry. Sounds so disjointed. I hate it. Google Falcon. Now, Morolith. And Sentient Tomes. The Demon Tome. Yep. It's an evil book. Ooh, spooky, scary. Alright, still don't have that. Oh, how I miss you, all my endgame skills. Burn! I think I'm getting clapped by a book. Take that! Whoa, whoa. Oh, you try and words a winner me. And this. And I don't have much more commentary than that. Die. And it's down. Pandoos. Page 64. Why specifically 64? I don't quite know. This. But you don't stand on top of me. Given he's constantly shooting death lasers at me. God, why is my health so low? There we go. Whoop, another way. Good lord, how many small groups of enemies are there? It's usually like maybe 2 a group. Whoa. There we go. Oh, sweet mercy. Come on, controller, work with me here. Byblos. Astrology and astromancy camera. Come on, work with me here, controller. Don't break. I don't even know why it does this. Five Blows begins drawing dark energies from the Forbidden Tome. There we go. Oh, oil everywhere! Pay dearly, accursed mortals! What are you doing, you yahoo? I am undone, but my master's seal is broken. Oop, wrong hotbar. Ooh, yee. Logos. Come here. Like that. Okay, should be nearing the end, so... There we go. That is an ugly-looking book. The Ever-Living Bibliopath. Rhapsody's Quadrangle. Oh, for the love of God. Okay, I'm gonna have to switch out this controller. This camera stick is clearly on the fritz again. Okay, I don't know why I was bothering. Alright, we got all of them. Good lord, the music gets loud. Part of me wonders just how loud it actually is, given I actually have my PC volume, which is how I'm listening to this, turned at least lower than half. There we go. No book summoning for you. Hey, he's dead. Good job, I'm gonna go with you. You did a hell of a job. A Beliadian claimant. Hey, and I got another one of my crystals back. Seriously, I got two crystals that look damn near identical. Can't tell which one was the water and which one was ice. I got the book. Now I can go give it to Matoya. I take it you found the tome. Well, let's see it then. Oh, wait. Research compiled by Matoya on a device known as an etheric converger. Aye, this is it, all right. Stola, boy, put down whatever you're doing and come here. Marx has returned with the toll. Thank the gods. Another minute under Master Matoya's exacting supervision, and I would have certainly have lost my mind. Or merely my temper. Some things never change indeed. Well, I, for one, appreciate the exacting supervision. In the short while we have been here, I feel like I have gained a far better understanding of arcane entities than I did my entire time at the studium. Should the opportunity present itself, I would very much like to employ this knowledge for the betterment of mankind. Create a new variety of carbuncle, perhaps. Don't get ahead of yourself, boy. Louisar's grandson or no, it'll take another decade under me before you can call yourself a scholar. And a deal more than that to make you a scholar worth a damn. As you may have gathered, Master Matoya is not easily impressed. Indeed. So, Marx has returned with the tome, has he not? Shall we examine it? An eye for ether. Matoya's gaze is firmly fixed upon her tome.
I had not thought to behold this tome again. There. It is deciphered. Now your friend should be able to make sense of the contents. That said, it's one thing to understand the workings of the etheric converger, and another to actually make it work. You do realize how much ether is required.
Sid is keenly aware of the energy dilemma. His airship is by no means large, and it can only bear a limited quantity of crystals.
If only we had white auracite in the etheric siphon.
Alas, Minfilia is missing along with both artifacts, and Moonbreeder is gone.
Would that there were another ready wellspring of energy for us to draw upon.
Why did it not occur to us before? We already have what we need! The Eye! It has been drawing ether into itself for as long as the Great Worms have lived! It is a veritable wellspring of energy!
It might just suit our needs. But is this energy something that can be harnessed at will?
I believe so, with the aid of the Azure Dragoon of Ishgard.
Then it is settled. Let us return to the Holy See at once.
Stola, wait. When did the light fade from your eyes?
I might have known that it would not escape your notice. It has been this way since I returned from the life stream. An after effect of the teleportation magic I invoked, most like.
They are called forbidden spells for a reason. What were you thinking, girl?
I have no regrets. I but did what was necessary to preserve the light of hope, to keep my promise to Minfilia. Besides, it afforded me the rare opportunity to wander the ether, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
I need not tell you that it consumes your very life force to see by sensing the ether around you. Take care of yourself. Do you hear me?
I will, Master Matoya. And thank you.
Thanks to your customarily heroic efforts, we now possess the knowledge to build an etheric ram. All that remains is to secure its energy source. Let us hasten back to Ishgard and consult Sir Emmerich regarding the Eye. Ah, you are returned. Sir Emmerich, I am pleased to see that your recovery proceeds apace. May I introduce you Stola, a fellow scion of the Seventh Dawn and Archon of Sharlayan. My lord, pray excuse me for foregoing due pleasantries, but we seek your counsel regarding the etheric ram. Although we now possess the knowledge to build such a device, we yet lack an appropriate source of energy with which to power it. We believe, however, that Ishgard may possess the solution to our problem. You need not apologize, my lady. Full eager am I to learn of your progress. Please, tell me of this energy source you believe we possess. And You are certain that the Eye can lend its power to Master Matoya's etheric converger? At Astinian's command, yes. Very well. I shall speak with him. My thanks, Sir Emmerich. Nay, my friend, 'tis I who should thank you, as should every Ishgardian. You labor in our name, with nary a care for your own safety. Let us next speak with Sid, who will doubtless be eager to begin work on the etheric ram. Ah, you're back. The preliminary work on the Enterprise is more or less finished. Tell me you found a way to build the etheric ram. Greetings, Sid. It has been a while. This tome contains the fruits of my former master's research on a device known as an etheric converger. Our ram should operate on the selfsame principle. Ah, where are my manners? Put a toy like this in my hand and I go off into my own world. Gods, it's good to see you. And bearing a gift besides. A very distracting one, if I might add. If I didn't know better, I'd think it was my name day. But there will be a time for Tifa reunions later. I'll make a start on the tome right away. So long as I have a grasp of the fundamentals, I should be able to knock something together, which leaves the small matter of the energy source. We believe we have found a solution to that problem as well. Pray, forgive us our lateness. The power of the Eye is not to be drawn upon lightly, but I believe we have sufficient cause to do so. So this is the fabled Eye. By the 12, it seethes. 'Tis a wonder such power can be contained, much less controlled. Boys, our friends have kindly provided us all the ingredients. Let's see if we can't make something out of them. You heard the chief. We're not resting until the etheric ram is operational. Not one wink of sleep. Can't chuck about. Okay. I believe that is good enough for one episode. As always, I hope anyone watching is having a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.